Alright, so I just finished watching the Snow White trailer. Well, the teaser trailer. I mean, this shit sucks. It looks bad, and I get it. It's a teaser trailer. I completely get that. And side note, I hate that nowadays you get a teaser for the trailer. Like, just give us the trailer. I am sick of, oh, here's the teaser to the teaser of the trailer. The movie's supposed to come out in March, in a few months. This looks like every single other Disney remake, mid CGI, another Disney remake with someone as unlikable as Rachel Zegler. And I'm looking at the like to dislike ratio, and yeah, people are not rocking with it. And I've said this a few times in this channel, I don't like Disney. I think Disney movies, shows, nowadays, they're extremely mid. Nothing like they were in the 90s and early 2000s, and even some of the 2010s. Now they're just lazy, and they recycle the same movie ideas over and over and over again. I think they're worse than the original ones. I'm sure in a few years we're going to get a live action Toy Story. And one of the biggest examples that I can come up right now to where CGI wasn't necessary was in Snow White. It was originally supposed to have human dwarves. Snow White has 7 of those. Essentially giving jobs to dwarves who don't have that many opportunities because of their size in Hollywood. Which, in my opinion, that was an extremely rare Disney W. Giving these people who rarely have jobs, once again in Hollywood because of their size, being able to give 7 talented people an opportunity, right? I think that's awesome. Instead of having CGI midgets like they have in the Snow White trailer. And the person responsible for that seems to be this guy. He was in Game of Thrones, House of Thrones or something like that. I don't watch Game of Thrones. Yeah, Game of Thrones actor has taken aim at Disney for what he calls its fucking backwards forthcoming live action adaptation of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. I was taken back because they were proud to cast a Latina actress as Snow White, which I think is stupid. But you are still telling the story of Snow White and the 7 Dwarfs. You're progressive in one way, but you're still making the effing backward story of 7 dwarfs living in the cave. What the fuck are you doing, man? Have I done nothing to advance the cause for my soapbox? I guess I'm not loud enough. In my opinion, yeah, these live action movies need to stop. They're just boring, they're not original. It's just CGI. And Disney responded, and they said, to avoid reinforcing stereotypes from the original animated film, we are taking a different approach with the 7 characters, and we have consulting with the members of dwarfism community. I just imagine these Disney guys in suits going to like dwarfism community and be like, how do you guys feel about this? It's so cringy. It's fucking pandering for the sake of pandering. So the reason why Disney didn't hire 7 midgets, as far as we know, for the movie, and they use CGI midgets, is because of Peter. Essentially, Peter cost 7 dwarves the opportunity to make money and work for Disney because I was quote-unquote offensive. What are we doing here? You should have just hired real dwarves, midgets, whatever you guys want to call them. You should have just hired real ones. You should have just hired real actors instead of just going full CGI.
And the people who, it seems to me, have really suffered in all this are the 6 dwarf actors who would have expected to have roles in this remake in a massive Hollywood blockbuster, who are now not going to have that experience, or the money, or the fame that may have come with that. What is your response to that?
So it's not a progression at all to me. My issue with it is exactly what you said. There are actors, dwarf actors, that that dream to be in a major motion picture such as this Disney remake. And now, because Peter Dinklage said what he said last year, now it's taken away. And it's taken away because of quote-unquote progression and all that. And it's not right. Because these are roles made for actors of my stature. Roles that aren't ever really given. I can't go out for the Harrison Ford or the George Clooney roles because that's not for me. These dwarf roles are for people of my stature.
Right.
And now it's taken away. I don't feel that's right. And not only that, but now think about the additional stunt actors or body doubles or that. Now you're talking multiple actors of my stature that don't get these major roles. And why? What's the reasoning? Because we're supposed to be progressive and we're supposed to just not view them as that.
Well, you know the irony.
These were heroes.
The
all
irony.
of these dwarves, all of these dwarves took care of Snow White.
Right.
They all had characteristics, separate characteristics. They weren't these cave-dwelling monsters that people speak of. They all had 7 different characteristics for 7 different actors that from my community, and I don't feel it's right that got taken away
completely
from us.
and utterly agree with you.
These are people that could have potentially gotten more work. Great. Yeah, this movie just looks whack. This is what I mean. It's just CGI. Do they look cute? Yeah, sure. But once again, this could have been people legitimately got paid and got new opportunities in Hollywood. But yeah, if you ask me, this movie looks mid. Will I be watching it? Fuck no. And we're not even getting into how unlikable and annoying the actress is. I mean, Disney just keeps taking L's here. Very briefly before I go, I just want to take a look at the almost 35,000 comments. One of the top ones says, "It's okay, Disney. You could just cancel the film. We won't be mad if you admit defeat. I truly thank you from the bottom of my heart, Disney and Rachel Zegler. Without you, I would have never gotten the chance to see this masterpiece of a comment section. Best $200 million you guys ever spent." So instead of humanizing the dwarf characters with actual actors, they decide to make them horrifying cartoonish with cringe-inducing CGI. Smart move.